Russia-Ukraine war to end soon. That's the big question. The 3-year-long deadly war between Russia and Ukraine could be coming to an end. French President Emmanuel Macron has openly hinted at a truce between the two nations. Following a meeting with US President Donald Trump, he said that a truce between Ukraine and Russia could be agreed to in the coming weeks. He's also asked Donald Trump to ensure security guarantees for the truce. Trump said that it's time to restore peace between Russia and Ukraine. He also said that war would never have come this far if he was the president. Ukrainian President Zelensky, meanwhile, has asked America and Europe that they should negotiate with Russia for a real peace deal. He said that it is Donald Trump who can help make peace through strengthened with security guarantees. Meanwhile, the UN has passed 2 resolutions concerning the crisis in Ukraine. The resolution got 93 votes in favor, 18 against, 65 abstentions. US sided with Russia and voted against the resolution while India abstained.
I will be meeting with President Zelensky. In fact, he may come in this week or next week to sign the agreement, and which would be nice. I'd love to meet him. Would meet at the Oval Office. So the agreement's being worked on now. They're very close to a final deal. It'll be a deal with rare earths and various other things, and he would like to come, as I understand it, here to sign it, and that would be great with me. I think they then have to get it approved by their council or whoever might approve it, but I'm sure that will happen.
We want peace, and I think the initiative of President Trump is a very positive one. First, to have a truce. I think it could be done in the weeks to come.
From the very start of this war, we have wanted peace, and now more than ever we believe that real and lasting peace is possible if we stand together, of course. And it's essential that we work together so that when we negotiate with Russia, the strongest defenders of freedom are at the table: America, Europe, and the Ukraine. And Ukraine, this is where a real peace deal can happen.
While leaders talk and try to find a peace formula, it's war that kills and maims people, yet they refuse to give up. The Russian president has waited for talks with US President Donald Trump, and the war is now in its 4th year and more than 1,000 days old.
Ти маєш тримати своїм тілом, максимально береш виклики і боротьбу.
Andriy Rubliuk doesn't know how long his clinical death lasted after an explosive detonated beneath him. He's an Ukrainian intelligence soldier injured in the war 2 years ago.
I approached the ammunition that was supposed to destroy and realized that it had been blown away. I realized that I had been blown up. I realized that life would change forever in this moment. I didn't lose consciousness. I didn't lose it immediately. I still remember how the boys loaded me into the car and how incredibly painful it was.
2 years later, Rubliuk is back in the war zone. Dressed in military fatigues, his missing limbs replaced by prosthetics. Hooks in place of fingers. One leg firmly planted on an artificial limb. And like Ukraine's 380,000 war wounded, he is fighting Russian invasion.
Ukraine is not the country you can conquer in 3 days. The Russians couldn't break us in 300 years. They tried, but they couldn't.
3 роки, як Київ за 3 дні.
Russians won't get Kyiv neither in 3 days nor in 3 years. They will never get Kyiv. We are strong and we are absolutely unbreakable nation.
Я даже не знаю, що.
So the Russians should not dream about Kyiv in 3 days.
Немає слів, тому що ми перебували постійно тут, ми нікуди не виїжджали.
24th February 2022. When the Russian invasion started, it was supposed to be a quick military operation, and the Kremlin believed it would be over in 3 days.
Ratified by the Russian parliament on the February 22, I decided to conduct a special military operation. It aims to protect people who have been bullied and subjected to genocide by the Kiev regime for 8 years.
Instead, 3 years have passed by. Russia, cornered with sanctions, wants to take the olive branch forwarded by Donald Trump, and Ukraine wants NATO membership, even at the cost of Zelensky stepping down from his elected post of presidency.
This year must become the year of the beginning of the real and reliable peace. Putin will not gift us this peace, nor will he give it away in exchange for something.
Russian President Vladimir Putin was presented with a sword and shield on the 3rd anniversary of the Ukraine invasion by Russia's Grand Mufti. Since 24th February 2022, Vladimir Putin has ordered tens of thousands of Russian troops into Ukraine, triggering Europe's largest land war since World War II. Bureau Report, India Today.